Central Massachusetts. I just had the pleasure of finishing your book, The Real Romney, and I had some insights, and I'm going to give you some advice, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on them. I was struck by the crisis management that you exhibited in your saving of Bain Partners, and in particular, the Olympics. Before this, we've all heard about your venture capital business and how you go in and turn around those businesses and in cases cut jobs. We all understand that. But your personally managing crisis management is, to me, the core of what's going on in Washington. To me, there's a crisis in Washington. It's a failing business. There's a failing leader, and it needs someone who can take over that crisis. And I think that message hasn't gotten out enough. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, first, I didn't write that book, as you know. It was written by a couple of reporters from the Boston Globe, and I haven't read it. so I figured if they wrote a book called The Real Romney, I already know him. All right. So, and it couldn't be that interesting. But anyway, but I think your advice is good advice. And how to put that in capsule and communicate that is something which I'll give thought to. My team will. I know we have. Our challenge is there's so much we want to do in the 80 some odd days we have before the election, and we want to communicate. How do you decide which of all those things is the most important, and how to communicate that? There's no question, but that one of the reasons I'm excited about the prospects of actually getting the job I'm seeking is that I am convinced we need to turn the country around. And number two, that if we actually have a leader willing to put the country ahead of the partisan interests that might exist, we can do it. I mean, we're not over the cliff, guys. We're not. America is not lost. If we make some changes, our fiscal situation can be solved. But we have $62 trillion of unfunded liability on Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. But the reforms I put in place make that all disappear. $62 trillion, just changing the program slightly. And no change for current retirees. So I know what it takes to fix it. I know we can get the job done. And, hopefully that message will come through during our convention and from the other speakers that are there. But you are right. I mean, that's Ann actually did not want me to run again. She was absolutely opposed. We said after that last election, she called a camera over to her after my last race. And she looked into the camera. She said, "In case I forget, I want to have this on film." And she said, "We will never, ever run for office again." And then about a year later, after the president had been inaugurated, she came to me and said, "I think you ought to run again." And I said, weren't you the one that just said we'd never do this again? She said, "Yeah, I used to say that after each pregnancy, too." And so... But she said, "Look, the country's really being changed. The president is changing America in a way that will change the very ability of America to lead the world. And you've got to get in there and fix it." And it was in part because she'd seen me get into these ugly situations. And by the way, the key to any turnaround is finding the right team members, the right individual. It's not that I know how to do every turnaround. I know how to find the right people to cut through all the politics, get the right people. That's, by the way, that's one reason why I chose Paul Ryan. Mm-hmm. He knows Washington. He knows the people. He knows the personalities. I need someone like that. So I know how to build the team that will actually get the job done, and I don't care about who gets the credit. And so I'll do my best to communicate it. You guys, thank you so very much. Bob's back there.